Hello, Pentium Man. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Lato, how are you? I'm going. I'm doing good, Pentium. Doing really good, man. Did you guys have a great Christmas? I'll I'll show you one of the things that I got. Um, it is a 9/11 keychain. I'll show you what it looks like here. Actually, it is 9/11, but it's a FDNY keychain here. We got this. My parents got this when we went to the 9/11 Memorial and Museum a few months ago. We have the 343 at the top, 343 firefighters that died on 9/11, and you can barely make out it has September the 11th, 2001. And on the back of it, it's kind of hard to see, but you can barely make it out. It has 9/11 Memorial and Museum. I like it. And you can see Mickey Mouse there too. So that's one of the new things I got for Christmas. Let's see. I am eating chicken tacos. That's a first for me. I never heard that. Chicken taco. I'll have to try that one day. So yeah, I basically got a lot of FDNY goodies. Speaking of 9/11, my neighbor met somebody at a conference who was a firefighter on 9/11 fighting that fire. Awesome. Um, well, awesome because it's kind of cool to know, but sad at the same time, knowing what they had to go through. I know the hat is a little faded, but this is a hat that I got from someone who was a police officer, um, who went to Ground Zero to work at the World Trade Center after the attacks. I don't wear it anymore because of it being so faded, um, but I do have it on my collection. And even though the hat doesn't really feel all that comfortable anymore, but yeah, I have that hat. Uh, let's see, where is it? Here's my new FDNY hat. I like it. It looks really nice. It has stuff on the back, right here. I don't even know what that means. Okay. They have 9/11 Memorial on the side of it. Yeah. Matt, hello. Good evening, Sharon. I am watching your stream from Canton, New York. Awesome. And here is another FDNY hat. Right here. These are most likely the hats that the firefighters wear as part of their uniforms. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to let me know, because the more questions you post, the longer we can stream. I want to go get something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. He was fighting a fire on the North Tower and gathered. Hold on, I got a message I gotta take. I got a message I gotta read here real quick. Okay, it was just my parents asking me if I could do the dogs then. Let's see. He was fighting a fire on the North Tower and gathered as many people as possible, and the stairs collapsed. Nobody moved after the fall. They did a head count. He tried to call on his radio. Nothing. He kept trying to call and eventually he found a signal. He said, "I am in the North Tower." The other fireman said, "There is no more North Tower." Do you know what company, like what company he worked for? Because you don't know? Okay. Because I'd be very interested to hear a story. When I went to Ted House a few months ago, um when I went to Ted House a few months ago, yeah, they showed me the memorial wall that they had there, um, honoring the 6 men that died while going up into the Twin Towers. And I'll tell you what, I mean, just from them talking about it, I got really, eh, it was an uncomfortable feeling. Like, you knew something bad happened, but when you looked around, nothing seemed to happen, but you know that something bad happened here. To this day, he is baffled on how he will all the other people survive following 30 flights. I would be too. when I walked through the memorial or the museum, um, it was touching. It brought the sense of what actually happened on 9/11, and honestly, there's no real way to describe it. It was really neat looking at the exhibits, looking at all of the equipment, wreckage of the planes, elevators, pieces of the elevators, the stairwells, um, damaged fire trucks, burned fire trucks. I mean, it was really um, it was really stunning to see what they found at the site of Ground Zero. Would I go back and do it again? Absolutely. I mean, especially when I saw Ladder 3. Um, when I saw Ladder 3, um, I mean, the whole front of the truck is gone. There's no cab to the truck anymore. Um, the whole front end is just smashed. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's some damage on the body of it, but I think there's another truck. I think it was Engine 6. Hey, Simplex. I think it was Engine 6. The whole front end of the truck was completely burned. And the whole back end of it was like nothing had happened to it. Same thing goes with Ladder 3. Except that the whole front end of that truck was completely demolished. There's nothing to the front of that truck. He saved 17 people. Yeah, it's just unbelievable what some of the stuff that um what they I forgot what I said. For the Flight 93, did they ever find the black box which contained the video footage? Honestly, that I'm not actually sure. That's a good question. I have to look that up. Because I know there's recordings from air traffic control about the guy screaming like, there's a bomb on the plane. Mayday, mayday, we have a bomb on board. So, I know they said stuff like that, but for the actual black box, I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to look that up. I've been to New York City a couple times. I remember going in 2008 when the World Trade Center wasn't even built yet. I mean, the new one wasn't built yet. I've been to the World Trade Center again, I think it was 2012. Either 2012, yeah, it had to be 2012. Or was it 2011? I don't remember. Am I ready for the 52? Yes! I am eager to get a 9252 into my collection. And by the way, I have the Dirty Six. The Dirty Six right next to me. It's all cleaned up and in good hands. Test it yet? No. I'll probably test it tomorrow. Because it's really crappy out right now, and I don't really want to go out. I'm just not in the mood to go outside right now. So I'll probably test it tomorrow. Did you get yours cleaned up yet? Because mine had a really strong odor to it. I took the strobe out. I took the horn and the strobe out. And mine reeks. I took the strobe out and I put the case in a bucket of dish soap. Just to kind of help remove some of the smell, like, greasy smell, stuff like that. I had it in there for like maybe a half hour, and while I did that, I worked on the horn circuitry. I cleaned up the horn. I cleaned up the nuts and the bolts to it. And when it was time, I cleaned up the strobe, and I also got some other parts cleaned up. Took it out of the tub and dried it, obviously, and simply put it back together. So it just took me like maybe 2.5 hours. Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours until I got everything taken apart, cleaned, put it back together. I can't get the paint marks off. That's unfortunately embedded into the alarm itself. Yeah, we can see it. It turns out they did find it. However, it was so badly damaged that some of the tape was hanging on the trees. Well, so here is the 9236 that I restored earlier today. You can see you got a mark right there. I tried scrubbing that off with a brush, and it's just embedded with the alarm, so I really couldn't get that off. The strobe, I know you can still feel it's rough. It's a lot cleaner, it's a lot more clearer than it was before. I ended up cracking the case right there, but it's not really noticeable, so I really don't care. And you can see all of this is nice and cleaned up. I need to do that to the 36 that you gave me, Simplex, because I know along here is still full of gunk and stuff. So maybe this weekend, if I can, I'll strip it completely and I'll clean it. But yeah, I cannot get this out. This is on there really good. I can't get that out. But yeah, that is my first attempt at restoring a fire alarm. And to be honest, I don't think I did that bad at it for my first time. Let me see, does it still smell like crap? Yeah, I mean, it still reeks a little bit, but ugh, yeah, it still smells a little bit, but it's not as bad as it did before. Where the moment I took it out of the box, it just smelled so bad. It came from a school. Simplex and I ordered 9236s, and they both came from the same seller. Um, his smells and mine smells. Why? I don't know. But I will not be keeping this alarm because I need to get some more of this stuff right here. If you don't know what that is, it's wire. Because I am giving this alarm to a friend. So, I don't know why it looks so faded on camera, but of how it, if you were to look at it in person, I mean, yeah, there is some color change to it, but it doesn't look all that bad. I do plan on doing that, Simplex. And plus, I want to make, when the 52 comes, I want to make a new collection video. I mean, it's okay if I have this for a little while, but I don't plan on having it for a long, long time. Do I plan on getting that 9403? To be honest, I really don't. I mean, the 9219 could use a new horn. So maybe I might take the horn from that and put it on my 9219. But, I don't know. Maybe it just needs a retune again. Because after I retuned it, after it sounded burpy, it didn't sound as bad. But then it started coming back a few months later. So probably it just needs another retune. Or the bolts and the nuts are a little too tight. I just probably need to loosen up the nuts a little bit. And if you want, I'll show you what I used to break loose those nuts. I ended up using one of these. What I did was I put it on the alarm, I put it like this. It's kind of hard for me to do it right now, but I kind of did it like this, and then I kind of twisted it this way. I mean, it was hard at first, but I broke it loose. I was able to break it loose using it that way. Once I get the nut loose, then I can get the screws off really easily. That's how I took the horn off on your 9236 you gave me. I just did the exact same thing on here to your 9236 that you gave me. Yeah, I hope I don't have to replace the horn, but if I have to get a new horn, I'll get a new horn. Because, well, if y'all think, when I first got that alarm, when I first got the 9219, that thing was dead. That thing was basically dead. It sounded like your 9217 that you had, the one that you got rid of a while ago. It sounded exactly like that. If not worse. And then I gave it to my uncle. I gave the alarm to my uncle, and all I just told him was like, can you just hand me a power adapter, or a power supply so I can just power it? And then he was like, here, hand me it. So I gave him the alarm, and that's when, a few months later, he built this. That's when, it's not plugged in right now, that's why it's not going off. But you have a switch for the horn. This is your horn, and this is your strobe. But you gotta switch for the strobe and switch for the horn. And you can actually do something like this. You can actually code the strobe. But if I do win the new toy, the new panel, I will be removing that in favor of the new panel. Yes, I want to replace it. If I do win the new panel, I mean, the alarm's gonna get replaced no matter what. And I do plan on replacing it with the 9236. If I do win the panel, then I'm gonna see about keeping it up just a little bit longer, just so I can get the parts to build a new system. And then once the new system is designed and laid out and put up, that alarm is going bye-bye for a little. I'm not selling it, but it's going bye-bye. It's getting replaced by a 36. Yeah, it's dirty right now, I need to clean it. And, nope, that's not the right one. This was the screwdriver I used to pry open the strobe. And it was really cool seeing the circuitry. But like I said, I ended up cracking the case right down here a little bit. Once I heard it like crack at first, I stopped and I got what 4 more screwdrivers of this type, and I just stuck it in all 4 of the corners here, and I eased a little bit of pressure on it, and I did this, and it came out. You had to use a little bit of pressure, but it came out. The strobe on my 4904 comes out a lot easier than this. You wonder where March Time Man is. Probably watching his clocks. Okay. I'll move the camera over here. I want to have the simplex, I want you to say it, 29er tree. There we go. That works. $29er tree and $49er tree. You crack me up. And we got a 29 niner. Niner. This is Vintage's T-bar that I have down here. The other one is sitting up here. Here's the other one. What's actually really weird about these two T-bars is that when I go to insert the key on this one, you can notice that I turn the key to go left in order to open it up. But the key lock on this one, it might be a little hard for you to see, but I gotta turn it to the right, because I can't turn it to the left. I'm really trying to turn it to the left. It won't turn to the left. I have to turn it to the right and open it. I don't know why, but I honestly like my 9754 more than my 9756. It just looks so much cleaner. The newer ones turn right. Ah, I see. And you have the simplex key and the firelight key. Yeah, that's simplex. That's firelight. Funny thing, the firelight key at my job broke. The firelight key that goes to the panel at my work broke. And only this part of the key was stuck in the panel. Best company and the worst company on the same key ring. Hey, you got it on this one? And you got it on this one as well. See, look. Simplex Firelight. You got your two B keys and your Firelight key right there. This is your Firelight key right here. These are your two simplex keys. There. And I'm just gonna put this into the keyhole. Cause I'm always afraid I'm gonna lose these. And that's the last thing I need, is to lose my keys. There. I mean, I have extras, but I really hate to lose a key. Heh. And now that I think of it, I have 3 B keys and 3 T-bars. If I were to sell any of my T-bars out, I'll be putting a key in for you. You get 1 key for each T-bar that I sell. And how many T-bars do I have up for sale right now? None. Because I'm not selling any. I don't have plans to sell any. Each T-bar that I have right now is sort of unique, so that's why I'm not selling any. This one, the newer one, it has the 2 terminals in the back. This one as well, it has the 2 terminals on the back, red backplate. If I can find a replacement push bar on this, I mean, I'm not that I'm really worried about it, but yeah, this one has a red backplate. And I have another 9756 that has the 4 terminals on the back of it. That one, I don't know how to wire up. I don't know how to wire up the 4 terminal T-bar. I know how to wire up these, the ones right here, but I don't know how to wire up that 4 terminal T-bar. At least I don't remember how to wire it up. The outside 2 do nothing. Use the middle 2. Okay. Hey, we're 40 minutes and 10 seconds into the live stream. 40:10. I want one so bad. I really want a 4010. But if I don't, then I'll see about looking at getting something else. I gotta test that smoke detector. I gotta test the new system sensor smoke detector that I got. Ever since I gotten it, to be honest, I haven't wired it up and tested it. I know there's 2 wires that go to the LED and 2 wires that go to the actual sensor itself. So, I mean, I know it's, excuse me, I know, I mean, you have 2 wires, as I just said, going to the LED. So, I wonder if I could just have it wired to where just the sensor works. So, I mean, a 4-wire detector. Yeah, it should work on it too, but the thing is though, it's 4-wire. So you have to have an alarm resettable. You have to have a resettable relay, and it had to be hooked up to a zone. So when the panel resets, so does the detector. The detector can reset as well. Nope, it's 4-wire. I'll grab it and I'll show you real quick, but it is 4-wire. Oh, that feels good. I had to stretch. So yeah, here's the detector head. We can take it off. You can see it is 5 wires. These 2 here go to the LED, and these 2 here go to the alarm relay. So, and I don't know what this one does, and I really don't care at the moment, but what kind of upsets me about this detector is it does not have a magnet test. It can't be used to magnet test. This thing can be a pain putting it back on the mounting bracket. You basically have to have it so where it is completely flat. There. There. Oh, now the mounting bracket came back off. Oh, I see what's going on here. There we go. They have the little latches on here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, right there. I just wasn't lining that up right. Duh. I wonder if EHS is still in the supervisory. I can't even think of why or what would make the panel go into supervisory. It was good for one day, and the next day there was, like, what, two troubles and a supervisory on it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because now that you say that, um, at that time frame when I saw that, I mean, the sprinkler system was tested a few weeks ago, so I don't know if they're just testing life safety devices. That could be. You never know. And of course, they would not put the system into fire alarm because, well, the students and teachers being there. They probably they will probably put the system into fire alarm either really, really early in the morning or late afternoon when we're not there. I honestly thought they were going to set the system off when I was there one time because it was the same day when they had that lockdown too. Because when they came over the intercom, they were like, "Teachers and students, may I have your attention, please?" And when I heard that, I'm like, "They're setting the system off." But no, code red, code red, code red. We're going into lockdown. We're going into lockdown. Next thing you know, we're stuck in the building for close to 2 hours. Yeah, they're probably doing a full inspection over the break. Normally they do inspections over the summer, too. Excuse me. I just hope that they're not looking at a replacement. And if they are, um, I really need to get cracking on what's going to happen to the system, who's doing the installation of the new one, and what's going to happen to the old one. Yeah, I'm sure they do, Simplex. They probably do, biannual system tests. I should email the school district, um, within a few months after graduation, just to kind of see, like, what are the plans for the system. Because, you know, in 2023, that system is going to be close to 30 years old. So, I mean, even if the system is still up by then, I mean, you gotta also remember, they can grandfather that system in. But you gotta also think, school districts are looking at newer technology. They are looking at other ways to better improve life safety. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if a replacement would be, um, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't be surprised if a replacement would be done within the next 5 years or so. Because like I just said, the system is close to 30 years old. And I'm not saying that's bad. I mean, look at Akron, Ohio. They got systems that are over 100 years old, and they still function flawlessly. But then again, those systems don't have computers, they don't have LEDs, they don't have any, like, CPUs components or major electronic component that'll give the system a seizure. It's all completely mechanical. I would like to save EHS. I would like to save EHS, and I'm not sure what I would do if I do save the system, but I would like to save my high school system. Yeah, that you are right on that, Simplex. It could be replaced next year, a year after that, or within 10 years. I mean, of course, I'm not going to keep everything from the system, but I mean, the fire alarm community's most beloved system, so I mean, I gotta try to save it. Oops. Went to go take a drink and I bumped the cord by accident. And there goes my headset. You'd make good money selling it. Yeah, considering I have like, what, 50 alarms or 20 alarms that I have now. You should see, to the viewers who are watching, you should see the list I have done of all the alarms that are in my collection. After counting everything up, I have 20 parts. Like close to 20 parts. That includes modules, alarms, pull stations, smoke detectors, panels. And just think, I got all that stuff this year. Yeah, selling the system would be good money. Yeah, get lucky winning a 10. Oh, I gotta find where to put it though. I mean, unfortunately, it's not. Once I get it, if I do get it, I mean, I can't put it together right away because I'll be in the middle of school. But we'll see what I can do about it. Um, I mean, I would like to have the new system up and running. So, when? I don't know, but if I do, when I do it, hopefully soon. But right now, I mean, I don't have it. And second of all, once I do get it, I'll be back at school, I'll be at work, and my schedule is gonna be absolute chaos. But the 9219 will be replaced. I will give you that. Even if I have to keep the current system up where it is right now, I will cut the jumpers and I will um, put the 9236 up. I wonder where March Time Man is. Maybe we should put him back on the server. Bring him back on our Discord server. '9219 is ready for retirement. Yep. I mean, the 9219 is going to be used here and there. But, oh god. 9219 is going to be used here and there, but it won't be up voice crack. It won't be up on the system as long as it was. I won't keep an alarm up there for close to 3 years now. I can't believe I had the 9219 for that long already. I mean, this coming May will be 3 years since I first bought that thing. Yeah, I remember watching your videos back in the days. You only had like 2 alarms up, and then you had the 9254 and the 9219. And then that's when your collection, I mean, fast forward a few months later, that's when your collection really began to take off. I feel like my 9303 just haven't really gotten much, well, I know it's gonna sound weird, but much love. If you know what I mean. Yep, then you got two alerts. Then 2901s and 2903s. Then AV32s and simplex bells. And horns. And a trillion more 2903s. I actually never thought I'd own a 2093, but there you go. Right in front of us, I have one. And I got it dirt cheap, too. 23, 23 bucks. And I bought two horns to go with it. So I ended up spending like close to $70 altogether. But you think that's, you pretty much buy a complete 2903, 2901 for that much. I'm like, basically, that's a steal. So I'm glad I went with it. Especially when I found um, that strobe plate for like $9 on eBay. I don't think we'll ever see a price listing on a strobe plate like that ever again. Now that I think about it, I really need to do a test of each single alarm. Except for the Faraday 2084. I don't think that alarm's gonna get fixed, unfortunately. I just don't foresee that one getting fixed. I still have it, but as I said, I just don't foresee that one getting fixed. Whenever we collab, I'll fix it. Yeah, I'm just saying, two of the terminals are already missing. Two terminals are missing. I found one of them. I don't know where the other one is. I have one of them in my parts bag. I don't know where the other one went. Um, I mean, I can always have it set up as two wire. I can always have it set up as two wire. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Let's see. We're having a pretty good stream so far. We're keeping the comments rolling, we're keeping the stream going. And the longer we keep the comments rolling, the longer we get the questions, the conversation, and everything, all that going. the longer the stream. I keep bumping my cord. Actually, you know what? I'm all charged up now. I'll just take the cord out, so it's gonna shake here a sec. There we go. Your thoughts on 2904s? To be honest, I really haven't looked at them. I keep thinking of the red over white. You know, it has the red lenses and the white fire lettering. I don't know why. I keep thinking of those things. I know, they are rare as hell. I actually saw one on eBay not too terribly long ago. Let's say like maybe a couple months ago I thought I saw one. But I don't think the listing is up anymore. I follow a group. Yeah, I remember that one. It was the 120 volt AC version. Yeah, and overpriced. There's someone that is. I don't know if he has done it yet or if it happened, but he's ripping a bunch of 2903s out of a building. And from what it sounds like, he might be saving them. It's on Facebook, so if I see something that he might be selling them, I mean, I'll take a look at it, but at the moment, I'm not really into getting another 2903 at the moment. I'm keeping my eyes on that bell. It's a little, to me, it's a little pricey with that bell, that vibrating bell. But I am looking forward to getting a bell for my collection. $91.07. Strobe? Or is that a light plate? I'm thinking it's a strobe. Yeah, it had to be a strobe. Because the 9000 series for the light plates, the 91 for the strobes. Ceiling strobe. Awesome. What did he want? There. Ceiling mount strobe. Okay. I wouldn't personally mind getting a 20 out of 4. I think the older 40 out of 3, not 40 out of 3. The older 40 out of 4 strobe plates. Well, no, just the remote strobes. Um, they're kind of cool because you have the ones that look like the Gentex ones, and you have one that also look like one that I have strobe plates on, but they have them remote strobes. They have them for strobe plates, something like this, and you also have them for just regular remote strobes. I might look at getting one of those, but honestly, the only thing I just want in my collection now is just a bell, and that's it. I still need to look at getting something for my 9303. Because I wanted a speaker strobe so badly, and I have one, but I'm not doing anything to it. To get the 4010, you get the MP3. Yeah, I should. I'll put the classic 4003 message I made on it. It loops. The message loops. So, it does the high-low tone, and then the message 3 times, and then it stops. And if it repeats the message, then it'll just go back into high-low mode for a little bit, and it'll do the message again. And it'll do that so on and so forth until you silence the system. So there's no worrying about looping. At least that's why I try to make messages that are loopable, if you know what I mean. I don't know where it is, but I think I have an Edwards voice evacuation message too. And it's the older style Edwards voice evacuation system. I mean, if you're gonna have a simplex system, you might as well have a simplex voice evac. But then again, I don't have a computer, so I'll have to see about getting someone to put the message on there for me and have the MP3 shipped to me, and then wire it to one of the NACs. I'm buying so much alarm, but not a lot of parts. That's me. You buy so many alarms and you don't buy any parts. And then you sit there and you beg for parts. That's me. Need battery. Needs amplifier. Needs conduit. Needs merge time. I'm gonna stop there because I don't want this stream becoming cancer. Cancer has been acquired. No. Cancer has not been acquired yet. Only when the stream gets toxic we can officially say that. And we can only say that if Mike Rowe is in the chat. Yes, has been acquired. There's someone else watching and has never spoke at all the entire stream. We got you, Simplex, and I don't know who the other person is. Oh, now it bumped up to 3. Maybe it's Mike. We should do, like, it is? Oh, is it? Oh, I misread that. When you said that, I thought you said it is. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know Mike is here? Honestly, I'll tell you what, I can deal with Mike. I can't deal with Alex. I can't deal him. And I hate going after certain people, but those two are just... They just need to have a corner of their own spot. They just need to form a community of their own. I'm just gonna leave that there. You need to do another stream one night. I mean, I know you're moving, but maybe once you get settled in, you're gonna have to do another stream then. When we collab, I want to see your 9221. There's a few alarms that I really want to see in your collection when we meet up together. Your 9221 is one of them. You can see all of them. I might take one from you. Sneaky, sneaky. I might take an alarm from you without you knowing. Maybe by then I'll have the new system up. Maybe. Depending on where you are. Because I know you said you're. I mean, I don't want to go too into detail, especially when I'm live publicly. But I know that you're going to be. I mean, you private messaged me last night saying you're going to be moving a couple more times. That's all I'm just going to say. So, whenever we decide to meet up, so. And plus, we're still looking at salvaging that mall system, depending on when that happens. There is a school that I'm keeping an eye on that might meet the wrecking ball soon. So, and it is a simplex system. So, I mean, once that new school is built, they're probably going to demolish the old one. And we'll see about maybe you and I potentially going into that school and um, rescuing or salvaging that system. Because they just passed they just gave the okay to start building the new school. So maybe next year or at the end of this year, maybe this year, the end of next year, they'll probably demolish the old school. So if you're interested, I mean, you and I can probably meet up at my house and we can go out to see if we can save that system. I don't know what the panel is. All I just know that it is a simplex system. And depending on how much stuff we can save, the more ding ding can go into our pockets. Especially what kind of panel that we're saving. I know they might be 4903s, but they look like true alerts. I mean, if you want to save it, we can save it. If not, then we won't. But you and I are definitely, when I get the words, you and I are definitely saving EHS. How big is the school? It is meh. There's really no. I have to take a look at it, but it is nowhere close to being as big as EHS. EHS is huge. if you look at, old school fire alarms, the schools that he has on his videos, um, it's one of those type of schools. It could be a 4010 system. I think I gave you the name of the school, a while ago. I think after the stream ends, I'll give you some more info. I'll DM you some more info, and, um, we'll see what you can do. Because unfortunately, with me not being able to drive, I don't know how we're gonna be able to go there. I hate to say it, but you're pretty much gonna have to come and pick me up, and then we'll go to the school and see what we can do about saving the system. I hate to say it that way, buddy, but unfortunately, that's just the way how it's gonna be. But you and I are for sure going to try to save EHS. Once I get the word. That's the same thing I want to do with EHS. I want to try to see if we can set the system off one last time before we remove it. I can already hear the alarms going off in my head. I really do miss hearing that system in person. Had a nice harmony to it. I pretty much heard almost all of the system at EHS. The the only portion of the system I really did not get to hear was where the library, well, yeah, inside the library and um over by where the pool is. It was in the only two spots that I really did not get to hear when the system went off. Now, if I wish I had interest in this stuff earlier, because if I were to film EHS before, added another 2 or 3 years onto what was already what we have now, I could assure you that, you know, at least 90% of the system has been heard on camera. That 49 trees go burr. I'll miss going to that school, but it's time to turn the page. I gotta look at what time it is. It's just 9 o'clock. Anywho, gotta go for a shower. Talk to y'all later. Okie dokie, buddy. I'll talk to you about that school then. I'll DM you some stuff later on. I think I'm gonna head out too, cause I gotta do some stuff with the dogs and I wanna go in for a shower too. So, see you later, buddy. I'll talk to you later. Alright, does anybody have any final questions, thoughts, comments that you want to share? Because if not, then I'm going to head off and do my things. I'll give it a minute or so. Let's see. Well, hope everyone has the rest of year 2021. Hope you guys have a. I hate saying guys, but hope you all have a good time of what remainder there is in 2021. The 2021 year in review will be dropping dead at midnight on January 1st, 2022. After that, I really do not have any plans for uploads. I mean, I might upload System Test 4, but otherwise, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any plans on what to upload next. So since nobody is asking me any questions, any thoughts, any final thoughts, I am going to head off. Yeah, and then we will see each other in 2022. So without that being said, I am off. Have a good year, everyone, and take care. If I can end the stream. Alright. Happy New Year's, everybody.